Yes. Now, good morning, my people, or good afternoon, or wherever you guys are watching us from. So today, we are going to continue with our series on Mama Nora and Enogie, the husband and wife issue. But today is going to be different. It's going to be different in the sense that we are going to be talking about Enogie and the wife, which is Mama Nora. But we are not going to be talking about Enogie and the wife. Let me repeat that. Let me repeat that. We are going to be talking about Enogie and the wife, but we are not going to be talking about Enogie and the wife. It is a contradictory statement. It is an oxymoron. Okay, it is paradoxical. Okay, it is oxymoron. So we are talking about Enogie and the wife. We are not talking about Enogie and the wife. So at the end of this video, you'll be able to understand my point. So before we start, we are going to quote two people. Okay, we are going to quote two people. So the first one is Frederick Douglass. Now, no listening to what Frederick Douglass talk. Frederick Douglass said, "It is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men." Okay, I repeat that. It is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. So the second quote is from a guy called Aristotle. Okay, most of you will know Aristotle, the Greek philosopher. He said, "Give me a child until he is 7, and I will show you the man. Give me a child until he is 7, and I will show you the man." So we are still talking about children and the environment, okay? So between the age of 0 to 7, the subconscious mind, because we have to mind, okay? The conscious mind and the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind control 90% of our behavior, okay? The subconscious mind control 90% of our behavior. So between the age of 0 to 7, the subconscious mind of the child, of the baby, copy everything. It's like a video recorder. It records everything. Okay? It will record domestic violence. It will record fighting in the house. It will record the environment. So between the ages of 0 to 7, the subconscious mind record everything in its environment of that child, the environment of that child. That's why you see the white people are very strict and cautious. They say, don't quarrel in front of your children. Don't quarrel if that is the reason. Or don't fight in front of your children. Okay? Because the subconscious mind from 0 to 7 copy everything. You understand? That's why you go see some people say, that pikin they behave like your mama. That pikin they behave like your papa. Because he records everything. 0 to 7, the subconscious mind, once he finish recording everything, it lock up. It is nature. This one not be say explain or no explain. That is how nature work. From 0 to 7, it record everything and it lock up. Then it kickstart. Then the subconscious mind kickstart. That's why I'm telling you, subconscious mind controls 70% of our behavior. For example, this car is automatic. Let's assume this car was a manual. Okay, in America you call it stick. Jar 1, jar 2, jar 3. If I'm learning car now, I can do that maybe the first 2 or 3 weeks. You know, changing the jar, looking at the jar. But from the 3rd week or a month to come, if I start driving, I can even close my eye changing the jar. So the message I've got to my subconscious mind, it has sink in. You understand? That's what the subconscious mind do. That's why people like Robert Kiyosaki will tell you that, look, a child that is born by 2 rich parents is likely to be rich, because it copies all the behavior of the parents. While a child that is poor is likely to be poor because it copies all the behavior of the parents. I will give you an example. T.D. Jakes, the daughter preached now because the father was a pastor. If you have it in Nigeria, you have politician, then the children become a politician. Dr. Miles Monroe, he was a speaker. Now the daughter is a speaker. So whatever, if someone, for example, the father is an armed robber, there's a likelihood of the child becoming an armed robber because it is what the child sees at home. So that's how the subconscious mind works. So what actually brought me to this video today is because I wanted to talk to you people about a movie that everything I said yesterday and what I'm explaining to you today, it complements everything I've been saying. The movie is called Elvis. So most of you will know Elvis. Elvis was a rock star. Was a movie rock star in the 70s, okay? 70s, 60s, 70s, 70s, yeah. Elvis was a white man. He has a white man's skin with a black man inside. And I will explain to you how it happened. Elvis, the father was doing very well. Okay, the father was a businessman. So something happened. I think the business went belly up or bankrupt. So he can't afford to live in a posh area, in an expensive area. So he now decided to move to a very poor neighborhood, a black neighborhood. That's how Elvis was brought to that neighborhood. You understand? So once Elvis was in that neighborhood, every Sunday he go to peep, you know, when the black people are having a church, you know, they are dancing, you go and peep and be watching. So when they start going to the church, it becomes the only white man in that church. So the energy was getting into that. That's where the subconscious mind start working. As a child, the spirit in that area, because I was explaining it, because most people haven't still got it, the environment. So Elvis was able to get all this energy from those churches and everything, that black, or in Benin you call it upper Sakumba. Okay, maybe you raise your child there. The environment is still going to influence that child. Or in Lagos you call it Ajegule. You know, so that child is likely going to be behaving like people from Ajegule. That's what happened to Elvis. That when Elvis starts singing, handling mic, Joko got crazy, the military got crazy, the president got crazy. What kind of a crazy person, what kind of a wretched person is this? Where's all our children? This guy is going to spoil our kids. He's going to make our children. You go and watch that movie. You see some of the racist words they were using. Because the politicians were scared that their children, their daughters are going to be behaving like her, because the way Elvis was, you know, singing his music, because it was everything he learned from his environment, from the black churches and everything. Okay? So this thing move further for you to understand this point, that especially people that live in the UK, especially people that live in America, okay? If you live in a neighborhood, and the black people start moving into that neighborhood, okay, when you see the black people start moving into the neighborhood, maybe you live in a street or a community, the white people start living, okay? The white people start living because they want to protect their children. They want to protect their children from the other poor black kids, because they don't want those kids to influence their children. That's why they are taking their children away from that area. I'll give you an example. I met an Irish woman. Okay, she's a second or third generation Irish woman. So she's from South Africa. Okay, she's from South Africa, but the grandparents is an Irish. Okay, so for example, if your grandparents is an Irish citizen and you are the child, you can actually become an Irish. You understand? So I was talking to her as a kind of interview. She said she left South Africa because the crime rate is getting bad. Things are like, there's the rape. There's a child or a woman can be raped. 1 out of 3 child have been raped. So she just decided to move to Highland. You understand with me? So white people notice that when they're in an environment where working class people are coming in, they start living. Okay, that's not the only woman I'm speaking to. I'm speaking to a lot of Dutch people that have left South Africa, moved to the UK. Even Elon Musk left South Africa. You understand? Because when the environment is getting toxic, when the kind of people that are coming into your community is getting really bad, people are going to move out. You understand me? For example, if you ask me, where is the best neighborhood to raise kids in Nigeria, I don't know, because all of them look the same. All of them look like Shallipopi with the dread and something like that. Usually in Ireland, for example, I live in Ireland. If you ask me, say, where's the best place to raise your kids, so that the environment can build it excellent, I can say, come to and live in my area. Okay, I live in Ghost Town area. It's a very posh and expensive area. So if your kids live in this environment, there's a likelihood of your kids becoming a doctor, engineer, a professor. You understand? Because the people that's why this area, the properties are extremely expensive. So poor people don't live here. So if you even ask me now that, do you have this kind of community, especially where I come from in Edo State, I can't say it. I don't know where you have a community where only the rich people live, because the environment, because all the kids are behaving like now, like Shallipopi. Okay? Apart from the music Shallipopi is doing, Shallipopi cannot compete intellectually with other kids. Okay, there's no kids there's no child that is serious about life. Okay, there's always only holding a bottle of NSC and smoking weed. I mean, like, you can't compete. I'm not saying other kids are not using drug, but that should not be your 24 hours behavior, drinking and smoking. But I think technically Shallipopi is smart on his own. Okay, Shallipopi is smart on his own, but most of our Nigeria kids look like that: dread, alcohol, stockings, slippers. So they don't like intellectualism. You understand? Every time I go into a group, I try to encourage people to read books. People want to even fight me, even for talking about books in group. That is how backward these guys are in terms of the way they think. You understand? I can give you another example. I saw a group of tourists yesterday. So about 3 white male and 1 black guy. So the first thing, if I see a black people that look like Americans, what I do is that I first of all go and look at their ears. So if they are wearing earrings, okay, if they are not wearing earrings, then I will look at their waist. If they are putting their trouser in their ass or their buttocks. If they are not doing that, I saw this guy. No earring, no trouser. You understand? I wanted to stop and ask this boy, what environment did you grow up in? Because he looked different. Okay, he looked different. He looked unique. He's not the typical black guy with 2 double earrings with the trouser hanging out. You understand? So I will bet you that kind of black boy grew up in a different environment. The hip hop culture have not conquered him. You understand? This is my analogy of that guy. Okay, so like I'm saying, those behavior is called generational causes. Okay, the studies have shown that 60 to 70% of our behavior are bad habits from our parents, from our environment. So if you ask me now that a place like Nigeria, where is the best place to raise my child? I don't know. All I will know is that make sure the culture in your house is strict. Make sure your kids in your house follow your own rules and regulations. Don't allow the outside children influence your kids. Make sure that you influence your kids with your own good character, with your own good behavior. But because like I said, like Aristotle said, from 0 to 7, if you miss that and you allow the streets, you allow the Beyonce of this world, the Nicki Minaj of this world, or the Cardi B of this world to raise your kids for you, and that is what you are going to get. That's why they say all this. You will see some black girls now. I saw a video which I post on my wall. The girl, not even in yash. He wear jeans. He open yash for glance. So if you allow all these images to influence the subconscious mind of your child, by the time they hit 7, to stop them, it will be difficult. That's what Aristotle said, and that's what Frederick Douglass said. He said it's easy to build a strong child than to repair a broken man. So this video is about sensitizing you on what is going on in your environment. If you cannot afford to live in an expensive area where your children don't have to associate with poor kids, then the culture in your house have to be strict. Okay, I have did a video about this when I was talking to Herbert. You see, the children I went to primary school with are different from the children I met at Travis Christian College. They were different. So their behavior was able to influence me because it was a private school. So school is a school. What I will say is that if your children are very young, try your possible best. Because this age, or 0 to 7 is so crucial. You understand? It's what we, because once the child hits 7 years, the subconscious mind close. It's like it start working automatically. It start controlling the child behavior. So I will really advise you that this, I don't know, is it penetrative years of those children, make sure you don't fight in their presence. Make sure there's no domestic violence. If maybe you won't even quarrel with your wife, once the kids are there, because it's very important. Because once that kids learn all those things from you, that is what is going to practice after 7 years. And the only way to break all these generational curses, all these bad habits we may learn from our parents, is through repetition. Okay, according to Bob Proto, it's through repetition. So it's about replacing good habits with bad habits. Replacing bad habits with good habits. Okay, maybe if you are clubbing, instead of going to club every week, you look for other activity. You go to book club. Okay, because the Irish women always do it. Once in a week or once in a month, they come together to discuss the books they have read. So instead of going to, so there are things you do to replace those bad behaviors. So like I said, Elvis, try and go and watch that movie. So it kind of complements what I've been saying here. Even Eminem, I think my 6 Miles. You understand? These are white men in skin, but black in the inside. Okay, they are white men in skin black because of their environment, because their environment shaped their mentality. Their environment is what created them. So everybody is a product of his environment. Okay, to be able to beat that environment, not to influence your children, so that your children doesn't look like Shallipopi, smoking weed and holding NSC all the time, or behaving like all this Rashad America, all these whores in America that are doing hip-hop movie. You have to be strict, and you even have to restrict the kind of movie or the kind of music your children listen to. These are very, very essential, especially when they are so young, from 0 to 7. Like I said, I promise you guys, we are going to be talking about Enogie and his wife, and we are not going to be talking about Enogie and his wife. It is an oxymoron, okay? And that is it for today. I thought I should go and watch that movie, Elvis. It's just, Elvis, we just go and watch the movie. It's called Elvis. It's out now. You can watch it on Netflix or whatever. It just, if you watch it, then everything I've been speaking to you since yesterday, it will now make sense to you, okay? My name is Victor Vince. I'm a life coach, okay? A business coach, a financial literacy teacher, and I'm also an executive life coach. Thanks for watching, and do have a productive day.